that though. City.
Anyway,
yes, now you know the song. Let's talk about the theme.
The theme of the week, obviously, as
Respect.
so beautifully by our very own Mr. Paul, is respect, which I think isn't a word that necessarily comes up in the Bible a lot or Gospels a lot, but it's certainly, there's like a massive undercurrent, isn't there?
There is. I agree. An undercurrent. I agree.
And I guess like the biggest thing about respect is that it comes down to that sort of golden Christian rule of treat others as if you want to be treated, I guess, isn't it?
Yeah.
Particularly, and the classic example is the Good Samaritan, and how he was, there's Jewish people and the Samaritans at the time didn't necessarily get on, but it was the respect of the Good Samaritan to help that Jewish person, the respect for that human's life, that human's family, that he sort of took him in and cared for him and healed him. So whilst they didn't necessarily go on, he certainly had enough respect for him to look after him. I think it's a really good thing, and I think particularly for when our lot are out in the playground, whatever, it's unrealistic for everyone to get on and particularly like each other. But it's certainly you can't be best mates with everyone, but you can certainly if Jewish people and Samaritans who historically have hated each other. I don't know. Any ideas, Mr. Paul, about respect?
Well, yes. There is obviously, I like the fact that you've just basically, obviously just respect people. It seems so simple that we all want to, however well you know someone, you don't want someone to just treat you like a piece of rubbish, do you? And if you always think of that, then if you always think of how you'd want to be treated in a situation, you're always going to come up with an answer of how to behave and how to not be a muppet. And one of the best examples I like though, because sometimes I think people are respect, let's have a cuddle, like that. But so stop trying to cuddle me, all right? But no, I like to think of it like in rugby or like heavy contact sports, boxing, things like that. You've got two opponents who are absolutely going at it, trying to beat the other team, beat the other person. But I just love it when I see people like be able to get hit hard in a tackle or whatever, and they're not offended by it. They're like, this is the game. Like we made this agreement. I want you to try and beat me. I'm going to try and beat you. We're going to have a game, and then we'll shake hands at the end. And we don't get people like, getting petty about it, but they can have respect for their opponent, they can shake hands, and I love that. I think that's intense respect, and that is achievable, and obviously at school that's one of the things we're working on, so you won't always get it right first time probably in PE. Some people find it easier than others, but I think that's really something that we look up to sportsmen like that, don't we? Who can do that, and women.
Sports people.
Yes.
Sports people. There was a really nice Bible reference, I've forgotten it, in Timothy, where it was like, if you don't respect members of your family, what are you doing? Like,
what are you doing?
Again, we're paraphrasing, but like the quote was, I can't remember it off by heart. It was like, if you don't respect people in your family, then you've got it completely wrong. And obviously at Chertsey High, we talk about the fact that we are all part of this family. And it's like, if you just don't have that basic, like, good morning, hello, how are you, helping when someone's upset, or whatever it is to be a good person, if you're not showing them that respect, like, what are you doing? Like, what? That's what we do here. And I think is such a beautiful thing about this school, is actually that the respect that people have for each other, particularly like the handshakes and things like that, which, I mean, hopefully, God willing, will be back soon. But I think it's just that we're all part of this family together. So why on earth, do you know what I mean? Like, why on earth wouldn't you show respect to people? It's literally that simple, isn't it? So we'll leave it there. Thanks guys for watching. See you next week.